Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to simplify your iPhone 12 for a senior. You can set up your iPhone 12 for a senior person, so it will be much simpler and easier and more intuitive to navigate through. In order to do it, you can enable assistive access, which will be found in the settings, then accessibility, and after you scroll all the way down, you'll see assistive access. Click on that, then click on Set up assistive access. Now, click on Continue. Then, it'll tell you that this iPhone is associated with a certain Apple account. You can click on Continue if you want to leave it associated with that Apple account, or if you want, you can change the Apple account. I'm gonna just click on Continue, and now you can change the appearance to either rose or grid. You can see this is how they will present. I'm gonna choose rose, but it's up to you to choose which one you'd like. Then click on Continue, and now select the apps that will be available in the senior mode. So these first 6 of them are optimized for assistive access, so will include additional features that you also may customize, and the UI will be simplified and changed for the assistive access, whereas in more apps, the apps will look the same like on standard iPhone mode, but they will be just bigger. The UI elements will be bigger. So I'm gonna first enable calls. Let's click on plus. Then you can choose who to receive calls from. If you want to protect your senior person from being scammed, I would suggest not putting it on anyone. Also, make calls to. You also may want to set it to contacts so that person cannot call someone by an accident, someone that they don't know. But I'm gonna set it to anyone just to show you how the calls app looks if that's enabled. You can also set favorites contacts. So I'm gonna select a few contacts that will be my favorites. Maybe the call to let's select this contact, so you can choose which phone number and which person, just like that. So I'm gonna add 2 favorite contacts. You can see they are added. Then there are in-call options that you can enable or disable, like keypad and speaker. I'm gonna just enable the speaker and click on Continue. Now let's add camera, and here you can enable the modes that you want to leave available. I'm gonna enable all of those and then click on Continue. Now you can enable magnifier, messages, and they are set up kind of similar to the calls app. I'm gonna receive messages from anyone and send messages to anyone, but of course, if you want, you can set it, and I would suggest setting it on contacts only or even favorites only, then add to favorites your family, friends, and more. Only the important contacts, but I'm gonna also add maybe 1 favorite contact, just like that. Then you can enable an option to tap to hear message, and you can also enable conversation details. I'm not gonna enable it, but it will include details such as dates, delivery status, and read receipts. Then in message input, you can enable or disable keyboard, video, selfie, and emoji. I'm gonna leave them enabled. Then let's click on Continue. Now you can enable music. I'm gonna leave it for now. Then you can enable photos. You can include or disinclude the shared albums. I'm gonna leave them disabled. Then I'm gonna add a few more apps that will not be optimized, but I find them also kind of important. So I'm gonna enable the calculator, maybe the clock as well, then notes, and let's add voice memos. Then you can choose whether or not you want to allow voice memos to access location. I'm gonna set it to never. Continue. Then I'm gonna also enable Safari and weather. Okay, let's click on continue. Now it tells you that emergency services will be accessed by a triple click of the side button, which is this one. Notifications will be appearing as badges, and here is some privacy information. You can also click on learn more about assistive access if you want to learn more, then click on continue. Now it says that my iPhone has a passcode set, so if I want to disable the passcode I need to click on change security settings, but I'm gonna leave the passcode on because I don't want anyone to access this phone besides the senior person. Then click on continue, and now you need to set assistive access passcode, so it should be a different passcode than the phone passcode, and it should be complex, so not any simple passcode, because you probably don't want that senior person to guess the passcode, because they may, because of that, accidentally leave the assistive access mode, and that may make them confused. So I'm gonna leave it to something simple, but only for the sake of this video. I suggest you personally setting it to something more difficult to guess. And then you can also set a recovery Apple account in order to restore the iPhone after you forget the assistive access passcode. I'm gonna click on not now because I have the passcode recorded on camera. Then I'm gonna just click on continue. Here it says triple click the side button, then enter the assistive access passcode to turn off assistive access. So okay, I already know that. And now you can either click on start using assistive access or enter later. I'm gonna click on start using assistive access. Then I need to enter the assistive access passcode. And now let's wait a short while and it will enter the assistive access. And now as you can see, I'm in the assistive access mode, and here are all of the apps that I've enabled. Of course you can enable less if you don't find them as important. Probably the most important are calls, camera, messages, and photos. And besides them, they are just dependent on the person's needs. So I'm gonna get you through mostly the most important apps which are optimized. Then I'm gonna show you how to increase the font size, how to adjust some settings, how to unlock the phone, and then how to exit the assistive access mode. So I'm gonna get you through all of that, and actually I'm gonna show you how to unlock the phone first. So let's lock it. Now to unlock it, you need to tap, then tap, and tap again. And if you have a passcode set, then enter it. If you don't, then it will be already unlocked now. So I'm gonna tap, 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 enter my phone passcode, not the assistive access passcode. And now let's go to calls, and here you have your favorites at the top, then recents, contacts, and if you have keypad enabled because you can call anyone, then you have the keypad. Then you can also open it as well. So I'm gonna show you Andrew. Here I can click on call. Jacob, I can click on call as well. Then recents, here are my recent calls. Then contacts, here are all of my contacts. Then keypad, And here is the keypad. It all has these big buttons to go back, to call, etc. So it's pretty simple. I'm gonna go back. Then let's go to contacts and let's maybe call someone. So choose this one. Then click on, you can choose on click voice, video. So I'm gonna select voice only, then click on this big button, call. Now you can see it is calling on my other phone. So I'm gonna quickly answer that to show you how it looks within the call. And here it looks like this. You can turn the speaker on or off, just like that. And you can also end the call. To end the call, click on that, then click on that again, but at the top to make sure. And this is how the calls work. Now let's go back to the camera. In the camera, you can see photo, selfie, video, and video selfie. Of course, if you have less modes enabled, then you'll only see them. Let's go to the photo, and you have this big button with the text take photo. So it's pretty intuitive. Now let's take a photo. The photo has been taken. Then we'll visit it later in the gallery app. So let's go back. You can also see how the video looks. So you can click on take video, then click on stop, and it's recorded. It's pretty simple. Now let's go to the magnifier. It's also a pretty simple app. You can just zoom in. As you can see here, I'm zooming in or zooming out, then go back. It's also simple. Then messages, here is my favorite contact. Then here are recents, and here are all of my contacts. Of course, if I didn't have contacts enabled, so like I couldn't text contacts, only the favorites, then I wouldn't have the contacts here. So now I'm gonna just go to my contacts and let's text with someone. Then I can type in the new message and I can use keyboard, video, selfie, or emoji. Of course, if you've enabled only a few of these input methods, for example the video selfie only, then you will only have the video selfie. So let's go to emoji, for example, and send an emoji. So you can see these emojis are big. So let's send this welcome emoji. You can see it is sent now. And I have received it on my other phone. So let's go back now. You can also go to recent and you'll see the messages here. Also, let me show you the video selfie. So we'll go to video selfie, then this is how it looks. You can click on record to start recording, then say something, stop, and we can play the video. And you can send it or go back. I'm gonna go back. Then let's go back. And I'm in the home screen. Now let's go to the photos. And how I promised, we'll visit the photo that we've just taken a moment before. You can see it is also pretty simple. You can just open photos and go back, so it's not too complicated. Also open videos. So it's also pretty simple. Then here are the apps that are not optimized, so I'm not gonna show you all of those because they just look like the iPhone ones, but I'm gonna show you. It looks pretty similar to the iPhone app. See Safari as well. Voice memos, so yeah. And now let's triple click on the side button. 1, 2, 3. And let's go to settings. Now enter the assistive access passcode. Here you can increase the text size. So let's increase it to something really big. For example, 310%. You can see it gets big right away. You're gonna enable airplane mode if it's needed. You can enable or disable dark mode. So I'm gonna enable it because I think it looks good. Then you can change the volume of the phone and the brightness as well, or you can shut the phone down if it's needed. Then go back. Here you can also go to emergency or exit assistive access, but I'm gonna go back for now. You can see now that the font is actually increased. So when you go into any of the apps, it'll also be increased as well. So it's also pretty good to have the font increased. Also in the not optimized apps, it'll be increased as well, but not so much, I guess. Okay. Here are the notes. I can create a new one. You can see that the text is actually bigger as well. So this is the bigger font. And now the last thing is to exit the assistive access mode. Just triple click on the side button, then click on exit assistive access, enter the passcode for the assistive access, and now it'll exit it, but it will not change the font size. So I'm also gonna show you how to bring the font size back to normal. Now let's unlock the phone. You can see I'm in the standard mode now. Let's go to settings, then go to display and brightness, text size, and I'm gonna change it to something that's quite smaller, maybe this one. Okay, and I think that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.